Firstly, thank you very much to everybody who turned up today. I know a whole number of you were in Sydney, then Melbourne, and then now Brisbane. Not only that, there were long hours, a lot of discussions, so it's been brilliant for all of you to be here. But I wanted to talk about three things today, just three things. And they all start with the letter I because, I'm a really fancy pants that like to think about funny things to say. But the first word, as builders, scalers, and people who are working on startups, there's three things that I think are key ingredients you need. First one is insanity. I think you don't do a startup because you think you're going to be rich. You don't do a startup because you think there's glory in it. No, because you are mad, right? And I want to talk about Steve Vallis on that spectrum of insanity. I met Steve mid last year. We were talking about how Crypto.com could support Blockchain Australia. And Steve's word is, just jump in, just do what you can. And to that, I went like, okay, yes, so we signed up to be a member. We were contributing as much as we can to the Senate submission. And then he came up to me and said, Karl, I've got this idea. We're going to do this event. Let me repeat, event, not conference. And I didn't know the difference. And I said, sure, we would be more than happy. Give me a call. We are 100% in regardless. And then he said, it's going to be in 3 different cities. No, it was originally going to be 4 different cities. It was going to be in Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, and Brisbane. And I'm like, God, let alone having one conference in one city is madness in its own right. But to have events hosted in 4 different cities, run by maybe a group of 3 or 4 people, that is insanity. But to his credit and his team's credit, he not only did it, but he pulled it off. And that leads to my second part, inspiration, right? I am in awe by the team at Blockchain Australia because we wouldn't be here today, we wouldn't have an industry today if not for all the hard work that they've put in. Totally inspired. And I personally am inspired by my own leaders at Crypto.com. You know, the founders still put in the effort. So for all these founders in the group today, you would know that regardless of how successful or how big your startup might become or how big your idea might get to, you're still going to be leading it as if it's day one. And in fact, Chris, our CEO, has this statement. We are never really even in day one yet in crypto. We are in the first hour of the morning of day one. Finally, Steve, I know you're looking at me, but finally, is innovation, right? I was given 5 minutes, but I told him I'm going to speak. So last one is innovation. And I think the thing about crypto and blockchain and DeFi, all of this, innovation never stops. It is constantly changing, and that's what's inspired me to be part of this journey. And a little bit shameless plug into my own company, Crypto.com. We're constantly innovating in this space. And for those builders out there, I would highly encourage you to look at Kronos, the sidechain that we have actually invested a lot in. The total TVL right now is roughly about $3 billion, and it's growing. So with that, Steve, who do I pass on to next? To you. Steve, please, the inspiring, insane, innovative guy.